Hi, my name is Joe, and I am a fat black belt still. Today, I've never worn this dobak top before, not just on YouTube, ever. I think you can probably tell it's like got super creasy. The reason I've never worn this is because I didn't buy it to wear. The top, I bought it for the pants, which I have worn. I needed some red pants for. I think the red pants are like if you're a junior instructor or whatever, or an assistant instructor, whatever that means. And so I had never worn the top before, but I thought, well, I might as well occasionally throw the top on, and this is fine. It's good. So this is a size 9. Size 9s are hard to find in dobaks. It's a wraparound, which I hate. I really like a pullover. Like I like a good V-neck. I was kind of raised in a V-neck, and I kind of feel like whatever you wear first is the thing you end up liking the most. But it's hard because a wraparound like this, it wants to flop open in the front, and then everybody's staring at my chest hairs and stuff, and it's not my favorite look. It's hard to keep these things tied because when you get them big, for those of you who don't know this, when you get a dobak, when you get it bigger, they just take the small one and they just go and they expand it everywhere. So the ties are like down by my butt. So it's not holding together like here across the middle where it should. It's holding together way down here. I don't know if any of you just saw that. Whatever, it's off the video, but you get it. It's not holding together like around my solar plexus where it should be holding together. It's holding together like right at my waistline, which I don't need because my belt already does that. Whatever. The pants are great. Also, I'm going to throw some links for down in the doobly-doo. I'm going to throw some links for where I get bigger than, regular dobaks because it is so hard to find these things. I'm going to throw some links that are current as of 2025, some places that I actively shop for dobaks, and maybe that'll be useful for somebody. So I'll throw that in the description. I'll throw that in the title of the video even, just to try to make them a little bit easier to find because I know it's such a pain in the ass. Let's talk about so what was yesterday? Man, yesterday was not my best food day, and I'll tell you why. It's because of the movies and all this scheduling nonsense that comes with having tragedy at home, having weird stuff at home. My wife had a bunch of stuff happening yesterday around the house. In order to keep my children out of her hair, I took them to see the new Superman movie, which is awesome. And actually, upon a second viewing, I think it's better than the first time I watched it. But anyway, the point is, I took them out. I rushed them out of the house before I got anything for dinner. So I'm like, what on earth can I eat at a movie theater that is even close to food? And the closest I got was a chicken parmesan wrap. Whatever. I avoided popcorn. I avoided crap. I got a diet soda. It's the best I can do under the circumstances. Food today has been okay. It's Friday, so breakfast was, of course, for egg omelet, chicken, bacon, cheese from Waffle House all by itself. You get the omelet on the side, right? So then they don't bring you the toast. They don't bring you the hash browns. You just get the eggs, the chicken, a little bit of bacon, good flavor, lots of protein. That's what I do for my breakfast, and that keeps me full most of the day. I did not eat again until after my sword class. So I went to sword. It was a hard class. We did lots of forms. I rolled on this shoulder in particular many times. So I have a feeling tomorrow it's going to be mad at me, but what are you going to do? After that, my daughter had her Gongquan Yusul class. So while that was happening, I ran out and I had promised my son Raisin Canes. I'm going to say this again. They make naked tenders. So if you end up at a Raisin Canes for whatever reason, probably because you have kids, you can just say, give me like 7 naked tenders, and they will do it. And it's just chicken tenders that they cooked. That's it. There's no breading, no nothing. So like it's chicken, it's a little bit of oil, but honestly, if you deep fry food properly, not that much oil gets in, because all the bubbling when you deep fry food is the air getting out. It's keeping the oil, for the most part, at bay, right? So you really don't get as much oil in deep fried food as you think, especially if it's not breaded. So that's kind of just what I got there. That's what I've got. That's it. I'm probably going to do a yasso bar later just for some variety, but food was fine today. Training was very good, obviously. Bunch of forms. We basically did a mock test, and I did okay. I think I would pass, so I'm good. After my daughter's Gonghuan Yusul class, my wife stuck around for her introduction to hopaesool, which is how do I explain hopaesool? So during... Pause here while I investigate. I want to make sure I didn't get any of this wrong, so I looked it up real quick just to make sure. During the Chosun Dynasty in Korea, hopae was a type of identification card. You had to carry the hopae around with you all the time, and it would say like your name and what your station was and your job and stuff like that. It was like having an ID card. But it's a chunk of wood about this big, and it's attached to a cord, so you can like wear it on your wrist or whatever, like jewelry. And there were sword masters who would, at the time, learn how to like wield hopae as a weapon in their offhand and their sword in their main hand. So in order to learn hopae, you had to like learn the sword form and the hopae forms. And after people sort of stopped learning that sword style, it became less popular. It was mostly just monks who knew hopae. And then when they realized that people were not really becoming monks anymore and the art was going to vanish, they started teaching it to some other people. So that's where we are. There was training today. Food was pretty good today. I'm going to doobly do the links for the fat dude dobaks, and training was fine. New art forms are good. And it is my hope that somebody gets some general use out of this. Also, how fast was yesterday's video? I didn't have very long. So now you know I could pare these things down to like 45 seconds to a minute if I really, really needed to. I don't know what that says about my ability to function as a person, that today's is much longer. I think it's just that like nobody wants to hear me talk that fast. You know, they want to hear me talk slow like this. All right. Have a good night.